This week on Performance TV, Joe burns some rubber on the highway with a 427 Roadster. And later on, Kathy boosts horsepower and torque in a diesel truck, as well as improves her pool game in style. Next on Performance TV.
Welcome to Performance TV. This week we have got a great show for you, starting off with this awesome Hurricane Motorsports 427 Roadster. John is here from Hurricane Motorsports to tell us about this car. John, this thing is awesome. Tell me about it.
This is something you can actually build yourself. So if you're handy with tools, and we're not talking exotic tools, like you go down to the Costco store, you buy a 200-piece socket, an open-end wrench set, and get to work. Or if you have a little more money, you just get on the website, pick what you want. We can even send it out the door pre-built.
Now this is a classic Roadster. Let's do a little walk and talk in that. This thing is fantastic. Is it safe to call it a kit car? Can I call it a kit car?
Well, I did kit cars back in the 70s and 80s. Back then we had Volkswagen chassis and only 67 horsepower. So we got a much different situation here, almost 600 horsepower in this particular car. So yes, it's a kit, but things are all manufactured in Iowa. Not a lot of, having to experiment with anything. Pre-drilled, put in the bolts, tighten them down, torque them down, and this is actually something, if you put your mind to it, you can put it together in about 6 months, 500-600 hours, get you a good start in getting down the road.
That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about someone who wants an iconic look, obviously open air Roadster, a performance car, but also wants to do it themselves. They want to take on a challenge, maybe have some garage space, have a little time, want to do some things after work, and this is perfect. Like the interior, for instance, this is just awesome.
Everything that you see here, it's either made in Iowa or made in the U.S. We're not bringing in parts. We're not having to find donor vehicles. We manufacture the frame, the suspension, right in the middle of Iowa, Lake City, Iowa, about 80 miles northwest of Des Moines.
Obviously, open air riding, but let's see what's under the hood.
All right.
That is what matters.
A lot of options here, too. If you went to our factory in Iowa now, we actually have a 5.0 Coyote stuck in one of these. But
oh, wow.
This is a 351 that we've got in this one, stroked out to 427.
Thus, the Hurricane 427.
There you go.
Honey hush.
And you want to talk about a horsepower to weight ratio. When you drive this, and you are going to drive it in a little bit, hang on, because it'll break loose in all the gears.
All right. Like I said, we're going to take it easy. It's going to be great. But I got to tell you, this is exactly what a lot of people are looking for. What about the drivetrain?
A lot of different options on this. You can pick a standard transmission like we have a 5-speed in here. We're starting to get, the older generation wants everything the way it was years ago. But the young people now, can you do an automatic? Yes, we can do an automatic now. And when you go on our website, hurricane-motorsports.com, you pick the options that you want. So if you want to upgrade from the standard options, you just hit the button at the end. It gives you the price. And order goes in, and a few weeks later, you get a kit car.
Rear end.
That's a standard Ford 9-inch rear end. If you want to upgrade from that, then that's an option too.
So you can have independent rear suspension as well?
Yeah, this car is set up with the IRS in it. So that's probably the most expensive option is putting in the IRS. That's about a $4,500 upgrade. But if you don't want to do that, want to just keep the classic look, that's available too.
So the idea that you can just go to the website, click a bunch of selections, a bunch of options, and then it shows up either in crates or fully built.
Yeah.
You'll build it for them.
If you just want a roller chassis, we'll do that for you. If you want it pretty much done, completed, ready to head out the door, that's an option too.
All right, well, I'm tired of looking at it.
I'll bet you are.
Let's go drive it.
I have a little jingle in my pocket. So if you're ready to go, I'm ready. We'll put the top down, latch her down, and head out the door.
We have traded John for Alec from Hurricane, and we're about to hit the highway. You ready?
Heck yeah, let's go.
Hit it. Wow.
What'd you think?
I think that was spectacular. What a ride. You're out in the open air, So cool. The car's got a lot of power. It's light, but it hugs the road. It was just awesome. What a great experience.
It's a raw experience, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. Now, what's it like working with these guys?
Oh, I love it. Every day, just go to work loving my job.
I can't imagine that there aren't people out there, enthusiasts, and the idea that you could build it yourself. Like
exactly.
you spend, it takes 500 hours, but you spend that time getting to know the car that you're ultimately going to drive, and then you become one with it.
Yeah, you learn the car, it's a piece of your family right there, you know.
Oh man, out on the open road, open air, whole lot of power, iconic roadster. This thing is fantastic. I got to say, you guys had a total home run with it, and I think I want one. Yeah.
We'll build you one.
No, imagine that. I imagine you would.
You
Great
can build
stuff.
it yourself.
I appreciate it. Well, we got more Performance TV when we come back. For more information about these guys, check out their website. We'll be back after this.
Performance TV is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. Schlegel Manufacturing, built by farmers for farmers. Warren Diesel, doing our best to bring you quality parts at an affordable price. And by Spray 9, one product, 9 uses.
Welcome back to Performance TV. You know, a lot of folks like to take older vehicles like this and really customize them, but some, like our gentleman who owns this 47 Chevy, wants to keep it looking stock. But they also want to be able to hear all of the MP3s and the Bluetooth and so much more. Well, you can do that thanks to the folks at Custom Auto Sound. Now, they've been doing this since 1977, and what they do is they give you a radio that is going to have all of your modern day things that you're going to want, but you're going to be able to put it right into the dash of your vehicle, like our 47 Chevy back here, because they customize it to fit your vehicle. You know, whether you have a Tri-5 or whatever it may be, they're going to have something for you. Now, these are all assembled here in the United States. The quality control is amazing because once they put these together, they take them individually, put them through all kinds of tests. Heat, cold, vibration, you name it. So that way, you know, when you put this in your vehicle, it's going to have already been through all of the elements. But what's really cool is all of the modern day technology that you're going to have without ruining the interior of, say, your 47 Chevy back here. So when we take a look at this radio, it looks like it's, you know, from back in the day. It looks like just a typical AM radio. But you're going to be able to change all the LED colors. We have 7 different LED colors. So if you did have some different gauges in your vehicle, you could customize that to, say, the purple or the red or whatever. But everything is labeled. So it makes it nice and easy for you to install. They have all of the different labels on here for your mic in. And why do I say mic in? Because you have the Bluetooth. So you're going to be able to use your phone, not only for the audio part, but to be able to make phone calls, receive calls. It comes with the microphone, everything you absolutely need. And of course, there's plenty of power here to power either the speakers that are already in the vehicle, or if you want to step up and add some more boom to it, well, Custom Auto Sound has all of that for you as well. Just like we have our 250-watt 8-inch subwoofer. Now, you don't have a whole lot of room in trucks like this. You're going to be able to slide this right underneath the seat, and if you need a little something to go with that boom, well, of course, it comes with the 2 3-inch mid-tweeter satellite chrome speakers. That's going to look really cool when you mount them anywhere you would like in your 47 Chevy. What do you say that we find out how Joe's going to put this in? And I can't wait, because it's my turn to listen to the music this time.
First of all, let's get one thing straight. Kathy always gets to pick the music. That's just the rules of Performance TV. Now let's get into this install. We've done quite a few of these, and they're pretty easy. Custom Auto Sound makes it easy, and you get to the point where you just can't really mess it up. So in our case, we're going to go down and find the keyed wires and plug them in, first of all. And again, you can't mess this up. There's only one way that they go in, and it is a great job that they have done. You just want to make sure all the wires are locked in. You'll hear it snap. It snaps, and there it is. Now you've got it locked in. And we're going to take our system and put it up underneath the dash of our very cool 1947 Chevrolet. Now, we put the bezel up here first because the back of the dash has got a unique situation here. But you can see it is coming through very nicely. And there it is. So I'm going to hold that there when we get our washer. And then get our nut. Now I'm thinking about a 1947 Chevy with Bluetooth, with MP3, with USB. It's like a dream come true. You're out there on the open road, whatever it is, country road or otherwise, listening to something that you want to, as opposed to the sound of this thing rattling around. There we go. And it looks perfect. Then these knobs, they're keyed once again, meaning you can't mess it up, which is what I love about Custom Auto Sound. They've thought of everything. They know you're in your garage, you're doing it yourself, you're in your driveway. You want something that is perfect for your application, that looks absolutely factory 1947 with the feel of something totally modern. We're going to check out some tunes. Stick around after this.
You know, a lot of times you get done with your restoration, the outside looks phenomenal, but your engine's running hot. And the number one reason it's running hot is because of rust. And that's why we've come up with ThermoCure.
Yeah, ThermoCure will take rust out of your engine, and it does it safely without damaging other metals. It doesn't hurt plastic, it doesn't hurt gaskets. It's really easy to use too. You just drain your coolant out and then add in a quart of ThermoCure and fill the rest up with water. Then you can drive your car around. Evapo-Rust ThermoCure will keep your engine running cool while you're driving it. You don't want to do it during cold weather because it doesn't protect against freezing. But it will remove all the rust from the inside of the engine. It won't damage plastic, aluminum, copper, brass. Any of the other metals or surfaces that are inside that engine will be fine, but it will remove the rust. And then you drain this product out. It removes the rust with it, flush it 4 or 5 times, put good coolant in it, and now your car is going to run smooth, safe, and cool.
Excellent. Also, you don't want to add this directly to the coolant. You do want to make sure that you drain the coolant first. Also, whenever you drain the engine after everything, it might have residue of coolant in it. So you make sure that you want to dispose of that properly as you would a coolant.
Right.
Correct?
Right. And this is available at Walmart in the automotive department.
Yes.
And if you need more information about it, you look at our website, www.evapo-rust.com.
And then if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call.
Isn't this a cool little truck, Kathy?
Yeah, actually it is. So we can like slide over. All right, so you've got this installed. We've got the battery reconnected. I've got my phone here because, you know, we're going to hook up the Bluetooth and
Let's fire it up.
we do the music. I do the music. No, we're going to do the, you know, like the race day track jams. So that way you can hear that.
Whatever.
All right.
Whatever you
Okay, cool.
decide. I know what's up at Performance TV. Whatever you decide.
Yes.
That's it.
But you know what? This is so cool because you're able to have this cool old truck. We didn't mess up the dash, but yet we've got all the great songs like this one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is great. This is like my favorite song, honestly.
Well, of course. But anyway, you want to find out more about how you can get something cool like this in your old ride, go to custom-autosound.com. We'll have more Performance TV right after this.
Performance TV, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
And we're back with more Performance TV. Diesel trucks, they already come from the factory, you know, torquey as they are, but how about a little more horsepower and a little more torque without messing too much with the computer? And that's why we have Eric here with us from Stealth Performance Products. Eric, before we get into what we're going to do today, you have a pretty interesting backstory on how all of this got started.
Right, yeah. My wife and I, we were looking for a way to provide for our daughter and have our own business, and we came from the other side of the thing where we were actually a diesel enthusiast, and when we set out with this, we knew we wanted to travel, we knew we wanted to provide customers with the service they deserve.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a little unique product that you have here because we're not going to be actually plugging in to the computer, making any changes that way. Tell us how it works.
Yeah, that's correct. These plug in line. Instead of actually Like most tuners, they'll go in through the OBD2 port and they'll reflash the computer. As soon as you do that, there's an obvious footprint left behind. You can turn it back to stock all you want. The dealer will always know. Something like this, it doesn't actually make any changes to the computer, and it's its own standalone that goes after the computer.
All right, well, we have a Duramax here today, but you also have your product for if you have the Cummins or the Power Stroke. What are we looking at average-wise when it comes to horsepower and torque?
Well, the big thing is most people are concerned about those dyno figures, wide open throttle gains. What we're looking at is being able to roll into the throttle and have the power right there when you need it.
All right, and they're also very easy to install. What do you say? We come on over here.
Yeah, let's do it.
And get it installed. You know, and something else that I find pretty cool about this, Eric, we worry a lot about EGTs when it comes to diesel trucks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and so that's the thing is with the stock emissions and everything intact, with the majority of tuners, they're increasing fuel volume. So when that happens, it raises exhaust gas temperatures, and you have to run gauges, and you have to remove everything, and you have to get it free of flowing, where our module is more designed where instead of increasing volume, it just uses what you already have and delivers it more efficiently. So you don't have to run gauges, you can leave it completely stock, and you don't have to worry about harming your engine.
So what you are doing is we're not plugging into the computer, this is an inline.
Correct, it's manipulating a signal underneath the hood. So that means as soon as you remove it, it's completely back to stock. I mean, you could literally smash this thing with a hammer while it's running, and you couldn't cause any harm if it tried.
Okay.
You just unplug it, you're right back to stock.
Okay, so what's our next step?
So I plugged in the harness right there. On this one, it's really easy, just like the other applications. And so you take this and you run it over, and then you can take the switch, and it's long enough where you could run it up into the cab. But,
okay.
You know, like I said, it's designed to be removed easily before service. So what I do, and most people do, is just leave it bundled up under the hood right next to the module. And it's a very simple selector switch, stock, low, medium, and high.
Okay, awesome. Well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and finish putting that. We're just going to go ahead and leave it in here on this particular truck,
yeah.
But I want to take it for a test drive. Well, Eric, I tell you what, I haven't driven a dually in a little while, but the last time I had a Chevy Duramax, we were pulling our trailer, it didn't feel like this.
Yeah, these really make it go from like a 2-stroke power band to now feel like a 4-stroke.
I'll tell you what, you know, with it a lot better with the low end and the mid-range and feeling the throttle, we're not going to have to worry about the EGTs, but yet we're still going to be gaining some horsepower and some torque.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about.
And I've even heard that some people get some extra fuel mileage.
Yeah, the majority of customers do report, say, 2 to 3 miles to the gallon. Obviously, that depends on your driving style.
Yeah, because if you're keeping your foot in it, you know, it's going to make a big difference. Find out more about what they have to offer for your truck, whether it's the Duramax, the Cummins, or the Power Stroke at stealthperformance.com. We'll have more Performance TV right after this.
Performance TV is brought to you by Stage 8 Fasteners, home of the world's best locking header bolt. For more information, go to stage8.com. Autobahn Detail, elevate your car care. Metal Miser, vertical bandsaws and blades. And by Borla, the world's most winning exhaust.
Welcome back to Performance TV. You know, Joe, we work so much, we never get a chance to really take a break.
Yeah, that is so true. And when we get the opportunity to play on a table like this, we got to stop everything.
Yeah, I know. Have you ever seen anything like this before? Hey, John, come on over here. John is actually the person who has designed this from Exotic Play. And where did you come up with the idea for a pool table like this?
It's pretty wild, actually. We came up with it as a joke because everything's got rims on it, baby carriages. That's the most ridiculous stuff has rims on. And a timeless classic that we work with is a lack of representation in the automotive world. So we decided to give it a shot and build something regulation specs that inspires the motorsports enthusiasts of the world.
Right, Joe, I'm kind of stinking at this. You know, I haven't played in a little while.
I mean, listen, I totally get it. We're in the middle of a shop, and now we have a pool table.
I
You
know.
got to make a transition fast. Now, John, do you consider yourself more of a billiards person or an artist? Because this is obviously to
It's
the 10th
definitely
degree.
a blend of both, and I like to cater to the billiards people, but also give them the art that they want. art is cool. It hangs on the wall, but you're never a part of the art's life. You don't hang out with it with your friends and,
Right.
and listen to it at all or interact with it.
Speaking of listening to,
Oh, yes.
you know, what's really cool is the fact that we're able to jam out with
love
this table. You know what I mean? You guys, how did you integrate all of that within the table?
Well, we build into the subframe, and we have subframe-based technologies to allow the resonance not to interfere with gameplay. So you can have a good time, you can talk with your friends, and still listen to the music.
Absolutely, and it's wild. The colors, the rims are wild.
Yeah.
Like this is the kind of thing I could see somebody, they want to have this in their home. It
That's
pops.
what I'm saying.
Conversation.
Joe, can you talk and play at the same time?
No, I can't.
It's like one type thing. But you've been doing pool tables for so long, and,
Right.
and the table that we're looking at here, you've stuck with, you know, using the 3 pieces of slate.
3-piece slate, it's a full 3-piece slate table. I wanted to keep it all within regulation specs. The 24-inch wheels are the biggest that we could fit on a table and still keep it within specs.
Okay.
Over there.
So, he's actually calling his shots now.
calling the
Now
shots.
he's really getting serious. Now, if someone wanted to get, you know, something like this built in their own colors,
We have thousands of colors. Purple may not be your thing. You may not want to look like a neon marker. We have 23 different colors of camouflage, 100 different colors of real carbon fiber.
that's really cool. And you've even started to work with a 3D printer, too.
3D printer as well. There's some design flaws in the manufacturing of the pockets that we're going to work out through our designs to build a better product for the end user.
This is just absolutely cool. And you know what?
Fun.
It's actually on the ground. I mean,
Yeah.
it's on the rubber.
Oh, yeah.
It's rollable. It's portable if you want to
Fully
take.
movable, yep. Future models are going to have remote control so we can drive them.
Really?
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Oh, yeah.
I like the sound of
Right?
that. Absolutely.
There's too many expensive toys out there not to have something like this.
I can see people thinking, like, this is the perfect for my rec room, my race room, my garage, and even here at Performance TV. If we could have something like this, I know it would de-stress us big time.
Of course, it's a great way to relax and still have fun with your team.
Yeah, and after a while, you know, I would get back to, you know, my pool league days, Joe, and we'd have to lay some money on this.
Yeah,
Money's going down.
I really doubt that.
You really doubt that?
I really doubt that.
I don't know. Yeah, okay, it would take a little while.
I don't know. I think you're shooting at my balls there, Kathy. I mean, not for nothing. This is like it's a national pastime, so to speak. We ever
It
think
is.
about baseball,
It
but you need all
really
your
is.
friends. This involves beer and music and fun, and it really goes with the automobile.
Family.
Absolutely.
Your
You know what,
team.
Joe?
Yes.
It is time to take it to that next level.
Uh-oh.
That's all the time that we have for this week's episode of Performance TV. And if you have a product that you would like to see featured on the show, just shoot an email to jeff@masterstv.com. We'll see you next week. It's time for me to kick Joe's butt. Oh, that was great.